Alright, awesome. Looks like we are probably live, so hello everyone, I am Dshana, back again for Retrothon 2023. Thanks to everybody at RGL staff behind the scenes putting this on. We're going to be playing some Mega Man X 100%. We're going to be grabbing every item in the game. And Hadokening everything to death at the end. It's going to be pretty fun. I'm not super great at this game, so I'm going to be doing basically the beginner route, which is a different boss order than if you go watch some of the top runs. They're going to be doing stuff quite differently than me. Beginning of the game is pretty standard. You walk, jump, you shoot. It's not really until we get to the first actual level, Chill Penguin, that's when the speed run part of the run starts. So we get the leg upgrade, which allows us to dash around. Take on some bees. Try and do our best to eliminate lag frames where we can, because this game really pushed the Super Nintendo at the time. It can draw far more sprites than it actually is able to handle, and it'll slow down pretty significantly. Neat little thing, if you're walking down a slope in this game, Mega Man X moves faster, so a couple of times before we get the leg upgrade, I'll be walking backwards up or down a slope to gain a little bit of speed and jump to maintain it as best I can. I actually don't want to get health pickups, because at the end of this stage we'll be fighting Vile, who cannot be hurt. You actually need to lose the first fight with him. Here comes an airship. It's going to drop some more cars. Robot cars are cool. I messed it up. Normally you only have to fight two there, but it's fine. Hey Vile, what's up? Please commence beating me up. Come on. I'm not fighting back. Alright, there we go. We get captured. In comes Zero to save the day. And one of my favorite ways of storytelling this game has is Zero's so awesome, with one shot he blows this guy's mech up where you literally can't do anything. And then he's like, hey, maybe someday you'll be as powerful as me. Like, oh man, I get to be awesome someday? And yes, you do. Dash past the screen there. So head to Chill Penguin first, because, like I said, he has the leg upgrade, allows us to dash and really unlocks the game. I don't think that anywhere in the game, maybe in the manual, it like hints at that you're supposed to come here first. I feel bad for any kids who were playing this and didn't know and were like trying to go through the other levels with no dash upgrade. Kill some bats. The bats, they give off this little smoke sprites. So if you get too many of them on the screen, it gets real choppy. A little slope trick actually allows us to do a jump there that you normally can't make. Hello, Dr. Light. Mega Man's father. From years long past. He's left all these capsules around just in case. And it turns out they were needed over and over and over again. I would hate to live in this world. Alright, here we go. So your dash momentum is much, much faster than walking. And when you jump, you maintain that momentum. So most of the rest of this run is a lot of dashing and jumping. And a neat little artifact that this game and Mega Man X2 have, that X3, which we saw earlier, doesn't have. When you are dashing, you deal double damage with your little lemons. Not sure why, but I appreciate it, and I will take advantage of it. Charge up so we can get a blast off on Shield Penguin. And then we're going to mostly just be dash shooting him, hoping to not run into him. He hurts if he hits you with his body. Oh, like that. Misjudged the jump. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Minor setback. Now we have plenty of health. We can afford to make mistakes like that. See, I actually don't like this attack pattern here. There we go. That was almost the worst thing that could have happened there. Ooh. Alright. Penguin down. How awesome is the music in this game, though? For real? Mash, mash, mash. So we're going to Storm Eagle. This level contains the helmet upgrade, so we need that to get the arm upgrade. So we're coming here second. There's a really cool bit of tech used in higher level speedruns on this level where it's called UFO glitch, and they turn a boomerang into one of these little platforms that I'm riding on and just kind of fly through the level. Super interesting, but it requires you doing Boomer Kalanger first, or before this level anyway. Zooming on through. I'm going to take a hit here intentionally, because if you kill that guy, it explodes the glass and causes some major lag frames. It is possible to jump into this capsule before the dialogue starts, if you time it right when it's coming up out of the ground, but it's very tricky. I almost never managed to get it. So we'll use this helmet upgrade that lets us break blocks with our head quite a few places throughout the game, but none of them are strictly necessary. You don't ever have to pick that up. The any percent run foregoes almost everything in the entirety of the game, like, you know, often any percent will, and it's super impressive to watch. I like 100% personally because the Hadouken is just cool, and who doesn't love a good Capcom within Capcom meta reference? Alright, so Storm Eagle, he's a pretty easy boss, but he's also a run killer because his pattern is very RNG. And he can decide to sit here and flap at you for a long time like this. He's actually being kind of nice. Or he can do this. The worst is when he decides that he's gonna just bounce back and forth like that. Just be mean. Alright, not too bad. Had a bit of trouble figuring out which side he was coming from. It took some extra hits there. Didn't need to, but one more down. Not too bad. So next on to the Flame Mammoth level, where we'll be grabbing the arm upgrade. As I said, we needed the helmet in order to access it. This level is interesting. Basically only ever see it like this state where it's all frozen over. But if you come here before you defeat Chill Penguin, it'll actually be covered in fire and lava and much more dangerous. So yet another, maybe a little hint like, hey, you're not supposed to be here yet. Maybe you should go look for something else. I don't know. Kind of a tricky jump when you get stuck there like that. So this arm upgrade does a couple of things. It lets you charge up your Buster to a new 3rd level, which has got a little pink swirly effect it's going to show off. But more importantly, it allows you to charge your special weapons. Like this ice that I will be charging up here. And then taking advantage of the game has some collision logic where you can jump off of a wall before it looks like you should be able to, and we'll get up there and grab that energy tank a little bit early. And grab this heart. Probably shouldn't be charging here. I need it for this section. Well, not need. It causes a bit of lag. Flame Mammoth is weak to Storm Eagle weapon, so he won't be too hard to take down. We're gonna hit him with a charged one as he jumps over us. Kind of pelt him with tornadoes until he goes down. And ideally, we get him completely off the screen, because each one of those little explosions does add up to slow down. So you want to have him off screen as much as possible when he dies. Alright, we're on to Boomer Kawanger. Which is an interesting name. I believe he's some sort of a beetle. Come on. You can make this jump. I believe in you, Mega Man. So I'll try and dash through this section without getting hit by too many lasers. Sometimes they're mean. They're being mean today. And we have a little bit of an auto-scrolling section here. Gotta jump through, make sure we don't get impaled by spikes, because that is unhealthy. Mega Man X has an allergic reaction to spikes, wherein he dies if he touches them. Vertical climbing sections, always a pain. Then the reason that I like to grab ice is so that we can do this, and we don't have to come back into the stage to grab this heart. Normally the intended route is you come back with the weapon you get here and use it to collect that heart, but we can just jump up and grab it. What's kind of interesting or fun about that is you can actually grab that heart without the ice or the boomerang. If you time your jump off the wall exactly correct, you're able to just jump and grab it. Because the same mechanic that let me grab the energy tank early, you can jump off of the wall before you're actually touching the wall, and it gives you a little bit of extra height. Now, Boomer Kwanger, he's another run killer for me, because I don't yet have the launch octopus missiles to help track him, and he likes to teleport around and throw me, and it hurts. I don't appreciate it. Or I run into him like that, causing myself harm. Ah, nice. He went down pretty good though. Every single song in this game slaps. It's just fantastic. Alright, on to Spark Man Driller. He just called Spark Man Drill in the English version, but I don't know off the top of my head which level it is that causes this one to be all destroyed, but another stage transition from beating a boss. Pretty neat. Use that boomerang to grab the energy tank and then move on to the rest of the level. A little bit of a mini boss here. Likes to try and stick you with this goop like that. Not very fun. Doing all those extra little dashes is actually not a very smart idea, as the dust particles are going to slow the game down. Here's another section you're supposed to use the boomerang to grab this heart, but you can just jump up and grab it. Oh, I meant to fire this. That guy didn't hit me. So Spark Mandrill is weak to the ice. So we're just going to freeze him in place? Not too bad. Ah, it's the eagle crashing into the stage. Nice. So if you time your shots correctly, you can keep him trapped indefinitely and not move at all. But it is actually faster to get in a little... right after he's unfrozen, you can hit him again and it'll do damage without freezing him. It is faster to chain shots like that. So if you want to make it easy on yourself, you just hesitate a little bit after you hit him, and he's cake. Now we're going on to the armadillo. This song is one of my absolute favorites, and I'm glad that it is so good, because I'm going to have to be going through this level quite a few times in order to get the Hadouken weapon. Let me just jump into a spike. Very smart, Mega Man. This will just damage boost through those ostriches. The movement in this level is super fun. screwing it up, though. The same glitch that I mentioned in the Storm Eagle level, the UFO glitch, you can grab the energy tank from this level early on if you take advantage of it, but again, I have very bad luck with it. So this section on the cart can cause a ton of lag because there's birds that'll spawn, but I'm going to do some jumping around to try and prevent that. Considering how many times we have to go through this stage in that section, the amount of lag that the birds cause, it's minutes of time saved to nail down those jumps. So we're going to hit the armored armadillo with some sparks, knock his armor off. He's not going to cooperate, he's going to bounce around still. A little bit of time save there to shoot it, get the last shot at the wall. That's a fun fight. We are not going to be seeing him again, hopefully, even though there is a boss re-clear, as is a staple in Mega Man. When we get to his section, I'm going to be attempting a glitch that will just make him not spawn. Hopefully it'll work. Just going to do some Launch Octopus. Another real heavy lag reduction stage. There's some fish that we're going to be... Lots of fish in this level. Wonder why. Some giant fish that will cause tons and tons of lag frames if you let them just go. There's a boat that we're going to be crashing. I actually cooperated for once. Oh, I'm on the wrong section. I'm smart. I know this game, I promise. If we can sneak... I missed it. So you can actually get underneath the boat there and have it push you down, and it will go down faster than Mega Man's default gravity speed. Save a little bit of frames there by getting him off camera. Yeah. Getting stuck on walls in Mega Man X. Any more iconic duo. Kill that boss before he even gets a chance to come on screen, so no lag there. There's an interesting mechanic with this boss. So his weakness weapon is the rolling shield that I have equipped, but you can take the boomerang and actually cut his tentacles off, which will change his attack pattern. And when I was a child, I thought that that was actually what his weakness weapon was, because it had this interaction, and it does much, much less damage than the rolling shield does to him. It also makes his attacks more dangerous, in my opinion. I used a little too much rolling shield and ran out. It's fine. I suppose it does get rid of one of his more dangerous abilities, but then he just sits there and just shoots missiles at you, and it's very annoying. Bing! Alright. Now we're going on to Sting Chameleon. Pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. So now this level is flooded, so there's going to be water in it, which will let us get the heart upgrade with minimal effort. And there's a couple of sections here with water that are otherwise dry. Oh, running myself into an accident. I'm gonna come up here to a secret meeting with a crane game brought to life. I did not want to miss a couple of those, but here we are. So he's weak to the boomerang, which is why I was using that, but Sting Chameleon is also weak to it. So I fire 17 shots, which is enough to mostly kill this mini-boss if you hit them all, and leaves you with exactly enough to kill the Sting Chameleon. So I missed a few, had to use the Buster. Shoot some lemons. And I'll grab this heart. We are almost done with item collection for the 100% category. There's only a few left. We have to do some level re-clear. Ah, I missed my dash. The amount of speed that you gain by dashing and jumping is kind of ridiculous compared to how slow X is when he just walks. It's also kind of fun. Alright, we're at the boss. Sting Chameleon, if you do not have the boomerang, is... he's a pain. Doing this game Buster only, one of my least favorite bosses. But with the boomerang, he's like another game that I ran for this marathon, Castlevania Rondo of Blood. You just kind of bounce Shaft back and forth across the stage. That's all we do with this guy. Looks like I miscounted my boomerangs, or I might have grabbed some weapon refills. Got plenty left. Ding! And we're going to get a little bit of a cutscene, as that was the last of the Robot Masters we needed to defeat. So X and Zero have a bit of a meeting about, hey, Sigma's a bad guy, let's go blow up his castle. We're not going to do that right away. We're going to go back into Chill Penguin's level, because there is a heart here that we have not grabbed. Cannot grab it until you have the fire upgrade. And, well, I could have gone back and grabbed it right away. This chameleon's, rainbow ability, turning you completely invincible, makes coming back here a lot faster. And he's the last boss we do in this order. After we grab this heart, then we will be on our way back to the armadillo level to collect the Hadoken. And that's a heart. So get ready for some more awesome armadillo music. There's also an energy tank that we need to grab in this level. It's the last pickup required. Did mention it the first time through, but here it is. We're actually grabbing it. These minecart sections are so fun. It is a bit dangerous to do the lag reduction that I'm doing with those dashes on the carts, but like I said, the time save makes it mostly worth it. If I do screw it up, I'll probably stop trying it, but so far we're having good success. Now, it may look like I'm just a crazy person doing the same section of the game over and over again, but there is a reason for it, I promise. And, well, it's ideally faster to the little health pickup that I just grabbed. You have to get it on screen 4 times with every single item in the game in your inventory, and then the Hadoken will spawn. You don't actually have to pick it up, but I am, because I like to have full energy tanks when we fight Sigma, and it saves me a little bit of time from grinding them out at the beginning of his stage. Almost done. Oh, I took a game over. I was not paying attention to my lives, apparently. There is a bat in this stage that is not a robot bat, but an actual bat, and if you kill him, he almost always will drop a 1-up. There he is, we just passed him. Oops. Oh my gosh. Why? I can't dash. I'm getting my inputs eaten by all those lag frames. Assuming that I can get, 1 health. This should be the last time, then we'll have the Hadoken and can move on to the Sigma levels. Yep, there it is. So you get Dr. Light, and a little bit of a Ryu outfit. Capcom is... they were killing it back in this era, and they're killing it again today. Alright, now on to Sigma 1. A little bit of a conversation with Zero. And I'm going to take a bunch of damage on purpose here, because once again we have to fight Vile, and even though I'm ridiculously powerful at this point, he still can't be hurt, and you have to lose the fight with him. Oh no, oh no! Oh, this is what my impatience gets me. I got too greedy, I delved too deep, and the Balrog came. Oh my gosh. This is embarrassing. This level's not as hard as I'm making it look, I promise. In my quest to go fast, I'm going very slow. So we'll take it a little bit safer. Climb up the side of the mountain instead of waiting for all these platforms. Take some more hits. Stand here and let this guy beat us up until we're low enough. So I'm going to attempt, there's a glitch on this next section that will let me skip some dialogue and start the Vile fight a little bit earlier. So there's normally a cutscene there where... Okay, I think we're still good. Vile and Zero show up and have a little bit of a talk. Yeah, I missed the skipping of the dialogue before this fight, but that's fine. Now Zero's going to heroically sacrifice himself to destroy Vile's incredibly overpowered mech, transfer some of his life force to Mega Man. And then we're going to Hadouken this cut rate Boba Fett in the face. Maybe we're not. Okay. Marathon luck. You know, whenever something can go wrong, it's gonna. And we'll have one last conversation with Zero. If you didn't pick up the arm upgrade in the Mammoth stage, he will give you his arm cannon here, which will allow you to charge your weapons up just like the normal upgrade is. The final boss, Sigma, can only be damaged by the rolling shield or the fully charged buster, so the game really wants you to be able to hurt the last boss. So they make sure that you can hurt him at least a little bit, even if you don't experiment around and figure out that rolling shield is what he's weak to. Hey, Kalanger. Hadouken. Yeah, I almost feel bad for the bosses, but not really. And this is the worst boss in the game. I hate this spider. I cannot express how much I hate this spider. There, go there, drop down there. To try and pause buffer so I can figure out his pattern, make sure that I Hadouken him, because if you get hit and then have to do this, the intended route with the ice weapon is what he's weak to, it is a huge pain. I hate it. He gets faster and faster, throwing out little baby spiders. Maybe it's a she, I don't know. It's also a robot. I've got enough time left. That's what I'm afraid is going to happen, but I lucked out with a health drop there. So you do need to be at full health to use the Hadouken. I don't think I mentioned that. And it's done by doing literally the input, quarter circle forward, and then the attack. Neat little nod to Street Fighter. Oops. It is faster to not use this mech and to instead use your chameleon to just rock through, because as you can see there's some lag frames going on. But in order to save ammo for the boss of this stage, who is also weak to Sting Chameleon, I'm gonna ride the mech anyway. Get to fight the Storm Seagull again. He's being mean. Or I'm being bad, or both. You can see the chameleon charge attack really trivializes a lot of the sections of this game. It's very powerful. That's why in the fastest routes through the game, it's one of the first upgrades that's grabbed. Oh, messed up my input. Get it this time. Okay, there we go. So if you get the blue eye at the start, it's good because you can use the Hadouken to kill it in one hit. Shaves off quite a bit of time on this boss. It was otherwise kind of a pain. the spikes in the middle, they will one-shot you, just like any other spikes in this game. And if you're like me, when I was a kid, I used to always, you know, I'd have trouble hitting the nose, and I'd kill the eyes first, and then you have to do the rest of the fight without those walls retracting. It's painful. Alright, Sigma 3. I'm going to attempt a glitch here. I have no guarantee that it's going to work. I especially don't like that I just took a hit there. Oh, no. Definitely not going to work now. So what you can do is use the charged up ice attack and have the little sled that it spawns push you into the door. If you haven't scrolled the screen up, like what happened when I got hit there, it will actually force the armored armadillo's door, these like exploding blocks at the end, they'll just blow up before he even shows up, and you can just walk on through and do the rest of the level without fighting him. Pretty neat. Saves quite a bit of time. This fight, of course, could have been faster if I had the Hadouken, but I took a hit. Up. There is a way to hit Sting Chameleon with the Hadouken. You use the same ice charge attack. You can set it up inside a wall, jump on top of it, switch to your Buster, and shoot a Hadouken. But it's very tight timing, and it's easier for me to just do this. Since I'm not anywhere close to top level runner, I'll take the easy strats. Hoping to grab the healing. There we go. And we're gonna kill Spark Mandrill. Hopefully. I've done that. I have been practicing this game for a few days now, and every single time on this part, I screw up my input for the Hadouken. This one. Just take this a little bit carefully. Make sure we don't screw up and take damage again. Launch Octopus refight is not too bad. He shoots missiles at you and jumps at you every single time. So we shoot and then Hadouken. That's the last refight for this level. Moving on to a very annoying boss, which it is possible. Oh no, I misremembered. There's also the Mammoth. Then we're fighting the real boss, which is a severed in half head that tries to munch you. And it is possible to Hadouken him. I'm going to try and do a setup to force his AI to do an attack that'll let me hit him. No guarantees that'll work. Nice, we got it. Saves quite a bit of time. And now all that's left is the last three bosses. If you do not have the Hadouken, that last boss is weak to the boomerang, and it's not too bad. It's just not nearly as fast as one-shotting him. So I like to have 3 sub-tanks full at minimum for a marathon setting for this game, because Sigma as a wall hurts a lot. So put on the rolling shield here, and there's infinitely spawning little worms that we will just use to collect some health. Okay, that's the third one. The game is generous, and it gives you infinite health, ammo, and 1-ups there. A little bit of dialogue. And then this dog is kind of a joke. Jumps, and it gets Hadokened. Now I'm going to listen for an audio cue here in order to kill the Jedi lightsaber Sigma. If you let him go, that's really bad news, because it's a tough fight. And he's a wall now. Oh, don't do that. Come on. Right off the bat, we're getting bad patterns. Like I said, the only two attacks that hurt him are the fully charged Pink Buster and this rolling shield. The rolling shield does a lot more damage. So I'll just kind of stick up here on his hands and blast him with shields, and he'll be dead soon. Kind of tanking his hits because we've got the E-tanks to spare. And that's time. A little bit underestimate. Quite a bit above my personal best, but it's a marathon. What can you do? Yeah, that's Mega Man X. Thank you, everybody. I really enjoy this event. I think Retrothon is one of the highlights of my year every year. I was really glad I could take part in a couple of runs, and yeah. I hope you enjoy the rest of the Mega Man block. I know I'm looking forward to it. And I hope y'all enjoy all of the rest of the marathon.